wants to touch the sky, but very few of us persevere to chase our dreams. We abandon them due to the fear of unknown and apprehension over the uncertain. But Indian women astronaut Kalpana Chawla fulfilled her dreams by becoming the first Indian woman in space. Today, we are going to speak about life and times of the Indian women astronaut Dr. Kalpana Chawla. Kalpana Chawla was born on 17 March 1962 in Karnal, Haryana. Her family originally hails from Multan district, now in Pakistan, who settled in Karnal following the partition of India. Kalpana's father's name was Banarasi Lal Chawla and mother Sayogita. Kalpana's official date of birth was altered to July 1, 1961 to allow her to become eligible for matriculation exam. As a child, Kalpana was fascinated by aeroplanes and flying. She went to local flying clubs and watched planes with her father. Chawla said, "Every once in a while we would ask my dad if we could get a ride in one of those planes. And he did take us to flying club and we had a joyride in Pushpak and a glider that the flying club had." In 1976, Chawla graduated from Tagore School where she was a high-performing student. After getting a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Aeronautical Engineering from Punjab Engineering College, India, she moved to United States in 1982 and obtained a Master of Science degree in Aerospace Engineering from the University of Texas at Arlington in 1984. Chawla went on to earn second master's in 1986 and a PhD in aerospace engineering in 1988 from the University of Colorado Boulder. In 1988, Kalpana Chawla started work at NASA Ames Research Center in the area of powered lift computational fluid dynamics. Her research concentrated on simulation of complex air flows encountered around aircraft such as Harrier in ground effect. Following completion of this project, she supported research in mapping of flow solvers to parallel computers and testing of these solvers by carrying out powered lift computations. In 1993, Kalpana Chawla joined Overset Methods Inc., Los Altos, California as Vice President and Research Scientist to form a team with other researchers specializing in simulation of moving multiple body problems. She was responsible for development and implementation of effective techniques to perform aerodynamic optimization. Results of various projects that Kalpana Chawla participated in are documented in technical and conference papers and journals. Kalpana Chawla also held a certified flight instructor rating for airplanes, gliders and commercial pilot license for single and multi-engine airplanes, seaplanes and gliders. After becoming a naturalized US citizen in 1991 April, Chawla applied for NASA Astronaut Corps. She joined the Corps in March 1995 and was selected for the first flight in 1996. Space Shuttle number 87 Columbia took off from Earth on November 19, 1997. STS-87 was the fourth US microgravity payload flight and focused on experiments designed to study how the weightless environment of space affects various physical processes and on observations of Sun's outer atmospheric layers. Two members of the crew performed extravehicular activity, that is spacewalk, which featured the manual capture of the Spartian satellite, in addition to testing EVA tools and procedure for future space station assembly. STS-87 made 252 orbits of Earth, traveling 6.5 million miles in 376 hours and 34 minutes. Chawla was the first Indian woman to fly in space. She spoke the following words while traveling in weightlessness of the space: "You are just your intelligence." On her first mission, Chawla traveled over 10.4 million miles in 252 orbits of the Earth, logging more than 372 hours, that is 15 days and 12 hours in space. During STS-87, she was responsible for deploying the Spartian satellite, which malfunctioned, necessitating a spacewalk by Vincent Scott and Tokyo Doi to capture the satellite. The mission came back to Earth on December 5, 1997. 2001, Chawla was selected for her second flight as part of crew of Space Shuttle 107. This mission was repeatedly delayed due to scheduling conflicts and technical problems, such as July 2002 discovery of cracks in the shuttle engine floor liners. On January 16, 2003, Chawla finally returned to space aboard Space Shuttle Columbia on the ill-fated STS-107 mission. Working 24 hours a day in 2 alternating shifts, the crew successfully conducted approximately 80 experiments studying Earth and space science and advanced technology development and astronaut health and safety. During the launch of STS-107, Columbia's 28th mission, a piece of foam insulation broke off from the Space Shuttle external tank and struck the left wing of the orbiter. Previous shuttle launchers had seen minor damage from foam shedding, but some engineers suspected the damage to Columbia was more serious. NASA managers limited the investigation, reasoning that the crew could not have fixed the problem even if they would have known about it earlier. When Columbia re-entered the atmosphere of Earth, the damage allowed the hot atmospheric gases to penetrate and destroy the internal wing structure, which caused the spacecraft to become unstable and break apart. After the disaster, Space Shuttle flight operations were suspended for more than 2 years, similar to aftermath of Challenger disaster. Construction of International Space Station was put on hold. Station relied entirely on Russian Roscosmos State Corporation for resupply of 29 months until shuttle flights resumed, with STS-114 and 41 months for crew rotation.
28th mission when disaster struck.
The shuttle broke apart over Texas and Louisiana as it re-entered Earth's atmosphere. All 7 crew members on board were killed. Bob Orr's reporting led the evening news that night.
Chawla died on February 1, 2003 in Space Shuttle Columbia disaster along with other 6 crew members. When Columbia disintegrated over Texas during re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, shortly before it was scheduled to conclude its 28th mission, STS-107. Chawla's remains were identified along with those of the rest of the crew members and were cremated and scattered at Zion National Park in Utah in accordance with her last wishes. John Pierre Harrison met Kalpana Chawla on September 2, 1982. One day after she arrived in USA to attend University of Texas at Arlington. They married in December 1983 and stayed together until the loss of Columbia in February 2003. At Kalpana's side for over 20 years, Harrison had exclusive insight into her personality, education and career. He started working on her biography in 1997 and found it very hard to write. Nevertheless, the passage of time and the lack of authoritative account of Kalpana's career prompted its completion. The book got released on February 2011 in India. The book name is The Edge of Time, the authoritative biography of Kalpana Chawla. On February 5, 2003, the then Prime Minister of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, announced the meteorological series of satellites METSAT was to be renamed Kalpana. It was the first satellite of series METSAT-1 launched by India on September 12, 2002, which was renamed as Kalpana-1. The 74th Street in Little India of Jackson Heights, Queens, New York, has been renamed as Kalpana Chawla Way in her honor. The Kalpana Chawla Award was instituted by Government of Karnataka in 2004 to recognize young women scientists. NASA has dedicated a supercomputer to Chawla. NASA Mars Rover's exploration mission has named 7 peaks in the chain of hills in Mars named the Columbia Hills, after each of the 7 astronauts lost in the Columbia shuttle disaster. One of them is Chawla Hill, named after Chawla. The University of Texas at Arlington, where Chawla obtained a Master's of Science degree in Aerospace Engineering in 1984, opened a dormitory named Kalpana Chawla Hall in 2004. In addition to the university dedicated the Kalpana Chawla Memorial on May 3, 2010 in Nederman Hall, one of the primary buildings in the College of Engineering. NASA named an asteroid that circles between orbits of Mars and Jupiter called the 51826 Kalpana Chawla. The death of Kalpana Chawla struck sadness in the minds of Indians, yet she will always be a great inspiration for all Indian women, as she became a role model of all youth, the youth who have always dreamt of doing something great in their lives. Furthermore, it also gives us a message that we should not confine ourselves within our boundaries. Kalpana always took life as a challenge and an opportunity. Because of this, she was able to achieve such heights. Also, it tells us that everything is possible through hard work and dedication. In her graduation days, she was the only woman in her batch. But this did not deviate her from achieving her dreams. As Kalpana Chawla herself said, the path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it, the courage to get on it, and the perseverance to follow it.